Hello everyone, this is your podcaster, Talsis Levinsky from International High School at Prospect Heights. Today, I'm in China, in the midst of the Gobi Desert, which is colder than the US, to share with you one of our biggest impact on the environment, mostly the geographical features of the planet. Wow! There's a sandstorm coming at me, and I need to cover my face because the sand is super duper cold. Now, the storm is heading north of the desert, and it is beautiful to look at. Now, let's get to today's topic, which is desertification. What is desertification? Well, for those of you who do not know, listen carefully, and for those of you who knew and forget, that is a reminder. Desertification is the process in which unhealthy land turns into a desert. There are three main causes that lead to desertification. First, we have overgrazing, which is the process that involves animals eating the grass constantly. Then, we have overcultivating, which is when farmers keep putting chemicals or fertilizers constantly into the ground to plant trees. Last but not least, we have deforestation, which is the process that involves human cutting trees down. All these facts allow the Gobi Desert to prolong at the size of the state of Delaware each year. That is a total of 2,490 miles. That is ridiculous and will eventually grow bigger if we do not take any further action. That's not the only effect of desertification. It also causes loss of biodiversity, which means many organisms will be extinct or dead. Desertification also led to loss of habitat. And when that happened, the effect came back to us, the people living near this area. For example, last month in Indonesia, there were a couple of tigers that were attacked by people living in the village of Sumatra, where the tigers' habitat was destroyed because of deforestation. Now, here are some more facts about desertification. Desertification occurs to land degradation in arid, semi-arid, or dry subhumid areas resulting from various factors, including climate variation and human activities. Desertification is not, as commonly thought, the actual expansion of existing desert. Desertification affects nearly 1 billion people, or 1/6 of the world population. Desertification is occurring in 70% of all dry land, or 1/4 of the total land area of the earth. Desertification causes widespread poverty and it is responsible for much migration in the developing world. Desertification is responsible for the degradation of 73% of the world rangeland. Each year, the planet loses 20 billion tons of topsoil. Over the last 2 decades, enough has been lost to cover the entire cropland of the United States. Desertification is especially severe in Africa, where 2/3 of the continent is desert or dry land, and where 73% of its agricultural dry land are already seriously or moderately degraded. Asia contains the largest amount of land affected by desertification of any continent, just under 1,400 million hectares. Nearly 2/3 of Latin America's dry land are moderately to severely desertified. Desertification cost the world more than $40 billion a year in loss of productivity. All these facts about desertification are enough to scare you, but that's not my job. I'm here to tell you about the problem and see how we can solve for it. And to solve the problem caused by desertification means to increase the amount of food that can be grown in areas where people live and farm the land. 1. To solve for deforestation, we need afforestation, that is replanting trees, especially in shelter belts. Planting grass can help stabilize the soil and cut down on erosion by wind and rain. 2. Overcultivation. Using good farming practice such as proper rotation and the use of manure as fertilizer. 3. Overgrazing. It is important that young trees are fenced off to prevent grazing by animals. 4. Poor irrigation. Make sure that the water is not evaporated on the surface, which wasted water and increase its salinity. By the way, salinity is the amount of salt that is in the water. 5. Drought. This can be triggered by deforestation, so afforestation should help reduce this. Also, terracing the land to slow down the water running off will make it better use of rain that does it fall.